Here's the infamous 2014 Tiguan again. Vacuum pump. Leaking. Stay with me. Down here, it's most likely this guy over here, your vacuum pump. Gladly, it's easy to remove. The thing is, a lot of times it's not just the metal gasket back here where it basically flange onto the head. There's an O-ring in here that likes to leak, and you usually don't really get them at AutoZone or anywhere like that. So eBay, Amazon, stuff like this is your best chance. Make sure you take the part number from your particular vacuum pump, because there are different ones and different O-rings. Write it down and order accordingly. And I'm gonna start with removing a couple of plugs. Take the high pressure pump out first, and we go from there. Probably loosen this bracket, this ground wire here. Next, and this tube here in the back. Probably gonna remove this hose to get a little bit better access there. Let me do this. Remove the ground cable. It's already loose, but one hand is always. There we go. All right. Already removed the connector. Keep going on the pump. Already loosened the fuel line here in the bottom. It's a 17, by the way. So I'm in the process of loosening this pump. It's a T30. One sits down here. Don't mistake them for those smaller ones here. They are actually for the cover. So one is down here, one is up here, and one is here where you can see my ratchet. Sometimes if you're not sure how much bolts the gasket has or whatever, try just to look at the new part. And here you can see it has 3 bolts, and sometimes that helps out. I'm gonna remove those bolts and the pump should basically come right out. Here it is, it's already loose. There's my baby. And let's take a closer look. I will be definitely doing the O-ring. It's really hard to tell where the leak comes from. It's from the metal gasket or the O-ring. Always kind of important when you have a metal gasket. You really want to make sure that the surface areas are really clean, because it's not like a rubber gasket or a paper gasket that would bridge a little bit debris better than a metal gasket. There's just no give, it doesn't it doesn't allow for any dirt or contamination in the gasket area. Anyway, now it's a good moment to clean up the mess. That's what I'm gonna do now. Spray the stuff down a little bit, clean this up, and we go from there, waiting for parts. Alright, everything is cleaned up in the bottom, and there's my new gasket. I'm gonna put it back on. I didn't show how to replace the O-ring in here, just because it's not here yet. We're gonna do this later from the outside, but it's super easy. Just remove those 2 screws, remove the cover, replace the O-ring, and put it back. Nothing to it. You can actually do this while the pump is installed in the car. No need to take it out. So I already got the pump back in, or at least get the bolts started. Make sure you get the gasket right in place here. And good advice is to take the plunger, that roller here for your high pressure pump, take it out of the pump before you install it, otherwise it always has a tendency to fall down and prevents you from get the pump all the way on. So just take it out, put it to the side and pop it in before you install the fuel pump. Of course, I'm a lazy mechanic. I'm gonna use a power tool on a small torque setting, and here we go. And I'm gonna tie them up by hand. Next would be put this guy back. It's pretty much almost in place, and get the bracket back, and so on. Now it's time to put back this plunger. Don't forget it. The notch goes to the top, as far as I remember. See, yes, it does. And here we go. I'll put this pump back. Need 2 hands for that. I always try to get the flange nut from the pump started before I tie up the screws, but it's totally up to you. I think it's easier. Alright, they're pretty much done here. The fuel pump is back. Just gotta plug this guy in and put the air filter box back, but basically this concludes how to replace the vacuum pump or replace the gasket or how to take it out. Thanks for watching.